Good morning and welcome back to the channel. And this morning we're on a new permission right out in the sticks on the fells again. This is near a nice river there that's running through it. First few signals are just surface scrap. I don't think it's been detected before. We're going to have to spend a few hours getting this surface scrap off first, but this is my first decent signal, my first coin. There's Victoria. And get a date off for you. 1890. Oh no, yeah, 1890. Is it 9? Yeah, 1899. Okay. Let's see how we get on. Just had this come up 25 and it's Victoria threepence 1868. When you turn it over, it's double-sided, which that's what I thought at first, but I'm thinking it's two coins stuck together. Shall we see? Look at that. Don't know how they managed to become perfectly stuck together. Two little threepences. Good condition as well. Okay, I'll take that. Let's move on. Right, so to move out of that field, there's too much scrap on the surface, aluminium foil and what have you. So I moved on to a different field next to the woods up there, and I'm going to show you what we're using today. We're using field 2 because that's more sensitive for hammered coins on edge, also deeper for hammered. It is a little bit more chatty and sensitive, but you just have to tune your ears into it. We've got we're on 50 tones. We're in multi. I've got the recovery set to 4 and the iron bias at 2. Okay, what we'll do, we're going to leave my headphones off a minute and you can hear all the sounds. You can hear all the iron in the background. It's a high one. That's coming up at really high numbers, that. Let's dig it and see what it is. Right, that was the actually that was the biggest piece of lead you've probably ever seen in your life. That weighs a ton. I hate carrying that around all day. I'm going to put it on the wall over there and pick it up later on. Okay. Just been thinking before, just finding them two little threepences stuck together. Just wondering if somebody's dropped them, how have they come to be stuck together in the ground? Because if you'd have dropped them, they'd have just fallen apart from one another. So no idea, unless they've been in a purse or something like that. Okay, let's carry on and see what we can get. So next up, came up at 14. It's one of them bronze ring things that you find lots of in the fields. I guess they must have had quite a lot of usage. I guess they used to use them for all kinds of things. Okay, let's carry on. Breaking up a little bit, that one. You can hear all the iron in the background. You get lots of pips and pops. Just ignore the pips and pops. So we have a 9. Come back to that one in a minute. $15, $16. That's sort of in hammered sort of territory. Let's dig that one. More lead, I'm afraid. Right, we'll go and see what that 9 was. So it's pretty noisy the way I've got the machine set up. If you don't want to listen to all that noise, you can just turn the old metal off. And just ignore all the little pips and pops like I said earlier. Pretty good at extinguishing iron as well in 50 tones because it has an awful sound to it. Iron has an awful sound to it. If you remember to check your signals in a two-way direction. We've got a nice 15 there. So we turn our raw metal back on. I quite like listening to all the iron and everything in the ground, because as soon as you go over high target, right, let's dig it. The last one at 9 was another bit of lead. Right, so that one was a farthing. $18.60. 1862. Victoria. Can't just make out a face on that one. Right, so I'm going to connect my headphones back up now and get on with a bit of detecting. But yeah, if you're not wanting to miss out, field 2 is the one you should be on, the mode you should be on. Especially if you're on them fields that you've had a lot of hammered off before. And you want to know if there's anything there, because field 2 is really sensitive. Okay. Next up, came in at 18. We have. That's too small to be a cartwheel penny, but it's cartwheel penny thickness. I don't think it's Roman. Don't know if I can get any detail off it. I don't know about that. Might have been a token of some kind. Okay, we'll carry on then. Oh, we have, next up is this decorative like plaque. Could have been a hair slide or hair clip, something like that. Probably Victorian. Right, so I am on the 50 tones today, like I said, and I detected multi, because it's my opinion that what's the point in having a multi-frequency machine and detecting in a single frequency, unless you're searching in something specific, or you're just getting that much interference that you have to switch to a single frequency. If anybody who doesn't know how the frequencies work, the higher frequencies, like your 40 frequencies, are very, very sensitive to fine jewellery and gold, but on the back of that you will lose depth. And then your lower frequencies, like your 4 frequency for example, that's better on bigger objects to get the depth, but it'd be absolutely useless on hammered coins because it's not sensitive enough. So being in multi-frequency, you're hitting everything at once, best of both worlds, and that's the best depth you could get for hammered coins and such like, and your artifacts. Okay, hope that's helped. Let's move on. Right, ID number 25, we have a silver coin. George V1, be 1940 something, will it? Half silver. Where's the date? 1940. Okay, I just had a 15, nice tone. I thought I'd search by these, oh, there's a couple of old rocks here, look. I thought I'd search around them. And I think could that be a medieval spout? I think it could be. It's a bit broken there, look. Pretty sure that's probably what it is. Comment below if you know. Okay, let's move on. Next up, came over at 10, which is quite low numbers for something so big. It's a Jew's harp, but it's got a fancy. I've had quite a lot of Jew's harp in my time, but I've never had one with this decorative pattern on it. Shame it's broken, really. it's coming quite low numbers as well. Right, okay, let's carry on. This one took a bit of getting out. It's right next to this big stone. It must have fallen down. It took ages to find that. It's a halfpence of Victoria. Good bust on it. Okay. Right, we've just had this little hinge, possibly off a book clasp, shaped like a love heart. Right, that came up at 7. Like I've said before, dig them low numbers. That could have some age to it, that. Right, let's move on. So next up, this came over to high D numbers, 27. It's another coin. I think it's got a thistle on the front. Some of my Scottish friends will know. Is it a weeble, or is that what you call them? Or bee? Is it beeble, or can't remember. I want to just make it out. Let's see if it'll clean up. Last half an hour I've just had pieces of lead, a few buttons, very tiny buttons, nothing of note. Right, let's carry on. Now we have another coin, came in at 14. The good thing about that is, in the same hole, underneath it, we have a bit of iron. Shows you how good the equinox is. Okay. It's getting on in the day now. We haven't got long left. Another half an hour. Well, there's quite a lot of iron around this area. I've just dug there and pulled this bit of iron out. And went back over. I've still got the signal there. It's right next to it. No idea what it is. It's quite a decorative piece. We'll clean that back up and we'll put some pictures in the top corner. How's it like that? Is it some sort of badge? There, it's a crown, isn't it? It's quite a big thing, like. It's oh, let's clean it up. Okay, we'll get back to you. Well, I was just about to pack up for the night, and I got a 34. I've actually got a 34 there and a 36 over there. So, and it's a silver, and it's one that I've not had before. That'll be a shilling. Is it George III? Well, no, could be George IV. Don't often find them. Spot on. God, that should clean up alright. We'll get some pictures of that up in the top corner. Okay, we'll see what this other target is. Not lucky enough to be another one. Hi folks, so we're back at home now. A bit of a roundup from yesterday, and I'm going to show you what we've had. We had this nice Jew's harp which got a lovely pattern on it. How it's shaped, that would have been really nice. We found a few of them, but never like that. It's a pity it's broken really. And then we've got a few copper coins which are Victoria. Some of them you can't see anything on them. A strange object there, no idea what that is. And then we've got this with a pattern on. I think that's probably been a hair clip, probably Victorian again. A few buttons, and then this chunky copper coin. It's too small to be a cartwheel penny, but it looks like it's been silvered at some point. So I don't know what that is, whether it's been a token or a forgery of some kind. And then I got a lump of like bronze, and I thought it was just a bit of bronze slag, but it's smooth on the back. And I'm thinking it's possibly a Roman brooch. I can see two rings there, so it's possibly come down like that. And maybe that's where the spring's been. But could be just seeing things, but that's what I think it is. And I found one of these ring things that you find quite a lot of in the field. They must have had quite a lot of uses for these. Don't know what though. This little clasp. I think this is a book clasp. Possibly medieval. And then we have this big chunky like badge. And it says Cavano Tutus with a crest on, and I've looked that up, and that belongs to the Cavendish family. That's their motto and that's their crest. So what that's been off, I do not know. But we'll see if we can get any more research on that. Do a bit more research. And we had a piece of silver. I thought it was a piece of lead at first, and that is a very thin bit of silver. It's probably off a walking cane. A few buttons. So these are the two threepences that I found that were stuck together, and that's 1968 and 1987. If you turn them over, you can see they're all shiny where they've been stuck together, and I do not know how they became to be stuck together, because if they fell out of somebody's pocket they would have been scattered about. I really don't know, unless they've been in a purse or something like that. I don't know. And then find of the day was this George IV half crown, which you don't see them come up very often. I'm over the moon with that. 1820. Quite a nice coin. Right, so yesterday we were using the Field 2, which is deeper for hammered coins and hammered coins on edge. Didn't find any hammered like yesterday, but that's what we're using. But it is more sparkier and more noisier. And we were using 50 tones, which I really found that good yesterday. I wouldn't recommend these settings for anybody who's just starting out with the Equinox. You need to get some practice and some time out in the field with it before you start using these settings. The more for the experienced user, because they are very noisy, and you just have to learn to ignore all the one-way pips and pops signals that you get, and put them in the back of your head and concentrate on the more positive signals. So I've been doing this channel now for nearly over a year, and we're nearly at 400 subscribers, which is I'm over the moon about. When I first started the channel, it was purely to help the new minelab customers from Unearthed, help them out with the settings and just get them going with the machines. So okay, so that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to run a few of these over the coil. You can see what it sounds like in the 50 tones. Okay, so this is the George the Fourth. That comes over at 32 out the ground. And here's one of the frequencies. That came over at 24, but it's out the ground now. It's coming over at 20. Then you've got your two shillings. 24. And you've got that broken tap. Tiny bit of silver. Coming at 12. You've got that small butt clasp. It's coming in really low numbers at 7. And then you've got your copper coins, which all them should be similar tone, I would have thought. A little piece of lead, a little brooch, and then your small buttons. Where's that chunky coin gone? Let's try that. Okay, so hope this has helped, and thank you all for watching and subscribing, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.